your credit, usually I'll say yes. But the reason that I am so passionate about this cause, about the work that we do about animals, because of course those of you who know me know I also work in this industry for a living, is because I understand. I understand what these families are going through. And I don't say that because I understand the process or because I talk to the social workers. I say it because I've been there. I was there a long time ago in my early 20s. I was in a violent and dangerous relationship. And when I decided to leave, because thankfully it did, it wasn't for me. At no point during any part of the abuse did I stop to think, hey, I don't deserve this. I'm worth more than this, and I deserve to be happy and safe and healthy. It was only at the time when that abuse turned to Taco. Not crying because the abuse, we lost Taco this year, that's still very fresh. That was when I decided that neither one of us deserved that, and I left. I had the luxury of being able to leave and go home with my dog. But many, many individuals do not have that option. They don't have a choice. Their choice is their safety, or it's their beloved companion that likely in that moment was the only thing that was constant, the only way they felt loved, truly loved. I think everybody in this room knows that animals love us unconditionally, even in the moments where we may not deserve it. This year we did lose him. He was 19 years old. Sorry. And those of you who've met my husband, Richard, who is, oh, he's back to see. He's back. Taco hated everybody. And anybody who knew him, truly he hated everybody. He bit a few people too. That was before I was a behavior consultant, so don't judge. He's actually the reason I went to learn. But Taco loved Richard instantly. It actually came up in my Facebook memories from 12 years ago, and Richard and I had just started dating, and Taco's head is on his lap while he's working. And that was the moment I knew that he was a good man. It wasn't because I had an instinct, because let's be honest, at that point, I did not. But he did, because dogs know. And their only goal is to make sure you're happy. And I want to be clear, I hear it a lot. I heard it then, and I still hear it now about survivors. Why didn't they leave? How could they let this happen? Oh, they're such a strong person. I can't believe they're in this situation. It isn't a light switch. It doesn't just happen. It's something that sneaks in when you are not expecting it. And it starts small. And it envelops you over time. And I want you to think about that tonight while you're thinking about what Fan Network does and why we do it. And try to remove that bias from your mind. They're not choosing that life. They don't want to be in this situation. And oftentimes the safety of violence against women's shelter is the only place they can go. And of course their pets can't join them at 90% of those shelters. So we're here. We also, I should mention this, because I don't have this particular story, but we also opened our mandate up to those who need to be into treatment for mental health, into treatment for substance abuse, or even those who are being hospitalized. Because if you are 68 years old, you broke a hip, and you just don't have anybody in your life, you don't deserve to have to give up your dog because you need to go to the hospital for 6 weeks. That is an unbearable decision. And I hear it every day. The referring agents in this room can attest to it, that we'll see people who don't want to go into the hospital to get critical heart care because they have no one to care for their cat or their dog or whatever creature it may be. So it matters. You being here matters. And we go all in for the animals in our care. You heard Dr. Leah talk about it a little earlier tonight, but I will tell you a real funny story now, because I need to stop crying. Megan Nancy. Recently, and I mean like this summer, I got the strangest intake request. And I once did one where I picked up a snake in a pillowcase, so I mean a strange intake intake request. There was a woman in a very dangerous situation, and she needed to get into a A&W shelter very quickly. Okay, that part's normal, no problem. She got fish. I was like, okay, we can do fish. I have a foster home who will take fish. We can do this. So I called Dr. Leah, and I said, who the hell sees fish? Who do I call? What of our clinics is going to do an exam on fish, and if so, what does that look like? Because I'm not talking like fancy koi fish or something. These were like beta fish and tetras. Seriously, no joke. So Dr. Lee and I made some phone calls. I called, I don't know, probably 10 hospitals. I called Big Al's, for those of you who are familiar, trying to find anybody who would see these fish. And then I just simply Googled it. And lo and behold, my hero appeared. Dr. Chris Chandru and his team. When I phoned them, they were like, oh yeah, we see fish, no problem. As if it was like a thing that people ask for every day. It's just like a normal thing. It was super normal, which made me feel a little better, a little less crazy, which was nice. And so I explained the situation, and he says, yeah, okay, no problem, where do you need me to see the fish? And I'm like, oh, that's a really good question. Where would you see the fish? So then I called one of my very favorite VCA clinics, which is not here tonight, sad. We'll have to talk about that later. And I said, hey, Crystal, can I borrow an exam room and like bring my own veterinarian? And she paused for a second, she's like, sure. Do you not want our veterinarian? And I was like, well, will they see fish? And she went, oh, no, you can bring your own. And we did. Dr. Chandru came out, he saw the fish. I have veterinary records for fish, which I've never seen in my life. They were very cool, by the way. And lo and behold, these fish are in foster care, and they are going home next week. All in a day's work. We see firsthand how overwhelming this process can be for families, no matter the reason they are facing this element of vulnerability. We can't fix or solve systemic issues overnight, but we can address them with compassion and empathy and understanding. We can bridge gaps, and that's what we do here. And we do it with all of you by our side, and couldn't do it without you. But if I'm being honest, this year has tested us. It has been difficult. Selling tickets to this event, believe it or not, has never been harder. This is the first year in many years this event is not quite sold out. It looks like it is, thank you, Australia, but it is not. And so we understand. We share the fatigue, the emotional, the financial. We share it. The world is heavy. But you all showed up. You said yes. Those of you who I harassed for weeks to buy tickets, those of you who bought your tickets in like April, thank you. You all showed up. And look at this room. Look at what we have created. And I'm excited for what this dance floor is going to look like in a little bit. It happened because of your generosity, the fact that you are heart-forward sponsors who believe in our mission the way we do. And I'm very grateful for every single one of you. This event, it's not just about raising funds. It is. It's a very important part, so please do assist with that. But it's not the only part. This world is dark, and it's hard, and it's heavy. But tonight, we get to take an opportunity to celebrate, to kick off our shoes, because you bet your ass these are coming off in a minute. So please don't make me the only one. And have a good time. The majority of this room works in the animal industry. Half of you I've never seen out of scrubs before, let alone in formal wear. This night is about celebration. It's about community. It's about coming together with a shared goal and a shared love of something that is so important, and that is our community. If this truly reminded you tonight why this work matters, I just want you to really quickly, a show of hands. Would you buy a ticket if we do this event next year? Do you want to do it again? That's a lot of yes. That's really good. I raised 2 hands from you. And you. I've adjusted to this lifestyle of DJing. I'm very happy. Right? Good. Who's getting married? You guys need a DJ? Like, seriously? Does anybody remember what we had last year? It's like, this is like a whole lot of dollars. I'm happy to see that. Because this could have been our last year. We need your support to make this event happen. We can't do it without the ticket sales. We can't do it without the sponsors because it doesn't work. So we need you to buy tickets, to convince your friends to buy tickets, to harass your family to buy tickets, to bug everybody in your contact list. Did I do it and send all? Yeah, I did. To everybody. To everybody I know. People I haven't talked to since high school. I was like, hey, come to the event that I'm doing. We need you to do that, to be the annoying friend that nobody wants to listen to. Do it. And make them all come. Your own business? Tell me this isn't a great Christmas party. There was entertainment, there's dancing, there's lights, there was. This is a Christmas party in a box. It's pre-built, just for you. I'll even say whatever you want to your people. It'll be great. Well, as long as it's nice things, I don't think mean things. This room gives me hope. This time of year, especially after the spike in intakes that we see after September, as the kids are going back to school, we see this big spike in our intake requests. And we're going to see another one coming around the holidays. But this room gives me hope. And it makes me feel like the work that we do here can keep going. Somebody already came up to me tonight and said they want Foster. I hope they were right. I hope they're going to do it. But it matters. This night means so much. So, from the bottom of my heart and from volunteering our work members, their hearts, thank you. I do very quickly want to introduce you to some of our board members in the room tonight. You already met Dr. Leah Button a couple times tonight. We also have Jennifer Rose, who's over here, Captain Kanjar in the back over there, and missing tonight due to illness and work travel, we have our lawyer, Amy, our current treasurer, although she is stepping away, we do need a new one, so if anybody's a CPA and looking for some great volunteer work, hit me up. Leah, and Darlene, our retired social worker. So we all thank you, because our work is not possible without you. So I'm going to step away now, but I want to carry forward this energy. I want to see butts on that dance floor, and I'm going to give y'all, what time is it? 9:30. Y'all got 20 minutes. And then we're drawing for that ring. We're going to draw for the mass prize, which is a spa gift certificate. Y'all know that? And then we're going to also close the silent auction at 9:50. Thank you all so much.